Alright guys, very exciting. This is the final week. Today we're going to finish off your drawing with a crazy background. Now I hope that the last couple of weeks you followed each step, and now we're finally down to the final piece where we're going to really make your drawing pop off that page. So these are the things that you're going to need today to finish off your drawing. So today we're going to be using the same materials that we've been using this entire process throughout this whole drawing. So here's a short list of the things you're going to need today to finish your drawing off. Now what we're going to do, luckily this background doesn't have too much going on. It's just a couple of traffic lines and burnout marks and a few posts. We're not really going to worry too much about them. But what we are going to worry about is these perspective lines that go through here, here, and there. Now, luckily, we still have the grid on our reference photo, and we still have a little bit of the grid left on our drawing. Line up that edge of that line here, and at the end of the line here, do a quick little drawing. And we can see that that line actually cuts across the headlight, through the windscreen, and all the way up to number 10. You can still see my number 9 just under here, and my number 10 is just on the corner. So all we're going to do is just line those up and just do it very lightly, just a line like that. And now we know where that traffic line sits. Just draw a little line across there, and it goes up to number 9 at the end. So we're just going to draw it like that again, number 4 to the edge of number 9. So my number 9 is just here. So right to the edge, and number 4 is just over here. So we're just going to draw that line again from number 4 to number 9, nice and lightly. And you're going to repeat that with these other ones through here, and it goes all the way to the edge of number 6. And again, we've got number 12, all the edge to number 4, number 6, which is just about the edge there. Another little line. We can see that one runs just behind that wing as well. And the other one just around there through to number 4. And we're just going to replicate that line there. And ta-da! Now we have our perspective lines on our drawing. And now we're going to start coloring in. Now what we're going to do first is actually going to use our markers to lay down a base tone for the whole background. And then we're going to use pencils on top to really bring it to life. Now at the bottom part of your drawing, you're going to start off using your number 5 Copic, and then on the top, you're going to use your number 3. I suggest you do long, straight lines and then cross hatch it at the end with a few layers to really smooth out those tones. You can now bring in your pencils. Using your number 7 and your 50% grey, you can start layering them from dark to light, just the same way you did on your car. By using your reference photo, you'll be able to see where your darkest and your lightest tones are going to be. And also, don't press your pencil too hard. That graininess is actually going to really help to get the effect of the road to look a little bit more realistic. Now keep following that reference photo and start drawing some of those stains on the road. And remember, use your finger to smooth out some of those larger areas if they're getting a little bit too rough. Now grab your white pencil and you're going to draw those perspective lines that we drew to begin with over all the layers that we've just put on. This will actually give you those traffic lines perfectly on top of all the colors that we've just drawn. So now we've gotten pretty far. We've got most of that background now starting to match this reference photo. You can always go in and add some of these stains that you can see on the track there, but we can do that a little bit later. Now we're going to do these burnout marks, and this is where I'm just going to ask you just to get a little bit creative. Is if you get confused on how to read this, have a look at it. We still got our numbers here on our grid, so I'm just going to move this up a little bit. Number 1, 2, and 3, and then we go all through here. On number 2, you can see that in number 2, this burnout mark actually comes through and stays in number 2 the whole time. From 7 to 11, you actually have to go a lot more horizontal than you may think. And we're going to try and match these burnout lines on your drawing to make this look a little bit more realistic. Start off by drawing your burnout marks nice and lightly, just so you can get the outlines right. Now, once you're happy with the outlines, hit it with the 70% grey and really fill them in. Now let's move into the lower section of this drawing. First, just like always, we're going to start off with the darker sections, and now we're going to start moving into some of your lighter. So you're going to go with your 70% grey, and then you're going to hit the rest of this floor with the 50 and your 30% grey to bring out those highlights. Alright, we're now at the final stages. You're going to use your black and your blender, and we're about to finish this drawing. Let's go. By using your black, you're going to hit the darkest areas of this car first. You're going to leave it a little bit rough as well, because your blender is going to be the thing that's going to really smooth it out between the shadow and the road itself. And guys, congratulations, we have just finished the drawing. We took this reference photo and we drew this car, and check it out. Now I really hope that your drawing has turned out the same. Let's have a closer look at how the drawing turned out. And that brings us to the conclusion, the final step of our how-to video. Now this was just the core basics on how to draw cars, guys. So I really hope that you enjoyed it. I am going to be doing some more. I've had some requests to do some really cool drawings and some much more complicated stuff, and even how to do concept drawings with no reference photo whatsoever. So there are going to be more videos coming up. I really hope that you enjoyed this batch. If you did, like, share, and let your friends know. And of course, if you have any questions, send me a message. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.